Good morning, everybody. I'm going to straighten this camera out a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't fall like it did earlier. There we go. Much better. Hey guys, welcome to my day. Welcome to my video. This is, tribute to my granddaughter. She always says that. But today I want to talk about assistants and getting one, how much it costs, the different ways to have one, and if you're ready for one or not. Because I've been through this a lot of times. And I'm going through it right now, actually. And I always hear my colleagues talking about they're going to go get an assistant. And it can be a nightmare. It can be a nightmare. It could be worse than you not having an assistant. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about that. This coffee is smoking. Like, you want hot coffee, and I want to sip. It's so hot. One moment. Okay, the good and bad and ugly. Good morning, LaShawna Smith. I'll be calling you actually after this. I have to show you some things. But anyway, getting an assistant. So the funny thing is you get an assistant because you're super busy. Like you're busy, you're trying to get some help, you're like in the storm of all these things, and it would be such a blessing to have somebody take on all this work for you and all this. But you know what? If you're not ready to give all that information out to somebody, it is more stressful than not having one in the first place. Because, for instance, I have a marketing assistant that I hired. Hey, Tamika, and I actually need to talk to you too. That's so funny you called that you're on here, because I definitely need to talk to you. Because we're talking about assistants today, and I know you're one. So I hired a marketing assistant a couple weeks ago. Have I talked to him about anything? Hell no. I haven't had a chance to, because I'm so busy, I can't get it out of my brain to go to his brain. And, I know it's frustrating for him. He still gets, paid or whatever, but it's still like, I've been through that so many times. And so I just wanted to share, with fellow entrepreneurs. I'm always going to talk about social media, but sometimes when you brand and you do your social media, your business grows, you have these hiccups as an entrepreneur that I love to share because, we all have them. And if you haven't had them yet, it's good to watch people or talk to people who have, because it saves you time and freaking money. So, Shauna, I know you and I both know this. So the good part about having an assistant. So it's just you and your vision and all the things that you can do. But if you can double it and focus on you being the personality that goes out and gets more business, then you can double your money, right? Or triple it sometimes. If you have a great assistant, a super assistant, you can make so much more money because they can handle the admin, or they can handle the follow-up, and, Lord help you, the proposals, all those things that you have to do. It's funny. My marketing assistant is watching. That's funny. Yes, Jeff, I will be calling you, hopefully. This video is dedicated to you, honey, okay? And why I can't get to you. But anyway, so the good is, yes, it can double your business. The good news is, one, you have a confidant. And even when you're going through things as an entrepreneur, an assistant can also be somebody that helps encourage you, pushes you back out there, gives you positive words. I mean, some of the best assistants I've had have been they have been like my partners to keep me going when I feel like I can't go anymore. That's the good part. The bad part is, like I just said, if you're not prepared and you don't have your stuff written out, you don't have their daily tasks written out, because the whole point is to be productive. As an entrepreneur, productivity is everything. Oh, thank you, Jeff. Thank you. So if you don't have the things prepared for the person to do the things, two things are happening. One, you're paying money and not getting anything for it. Two, you have all these tasks that still aren't getting done. So guess what? You're still not making money. So now you're in a whirlwind. That is a nightmare. And it's not just a nightmare. It's very stressful. If you already also have a lot of pressure because you have the things you still have to do, and you have an assistant that you have to give stuff to make yourself make it easier, but you can't get the information over to them. So if you're thinking about getting an assistant, I would highly suggest you go ahead and plan out what you're going to give them, how you're going to do it, do a day or 2 or 3 training of how their flow, and try to do it like a time management thing, like a time block, like from 8 to 10 we're doing social media. And the other thing you want to do if they're going to do social media is go ahead and give them the social media for the month. Take a day, take a weekend, and just get all your social media together, put it somewhere for them to get, and just put it out there. That's what I would suggest. Doing that everyday thing, no, too much. Now, I was going to say the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, the ugly one is, I actually heard a story about it yesterday. Somebody hired an assistant, and she was part-time, but she was an older person who was more into going to the YMCA. So when she would ask her to do something, she would be like, "Oh, honey, I get back to you, but I gotta go to the YMCA when you get a chance. When I get a chance, I'll get back to you and I do the work." So, you know, if you're a really nice person, and also if you're a workaholic, you know, if you're one of those people that hire a housekeeper and clean up your house before the housekeeper comes in, you are probably not a good candidate for an assistant unless you have somebody else helping you get that stuff to the assistant. Okay, because I can be that way sometimes too. I want to do a lot of the work and then say, here's the things you want to do. And the problem is it gets ugly when you finally do trust somebody and you finally do want to let go and give your work to a person and they fail you. And all the balls drop. You know, the plates, the guy with the plates holding them all up like this and he's about to fall. Okay, the ugly is when your assistant sucks and drops all the damn balls. And now, 1, you got to fire somebody. 2, you got fires to put out. 3, you're losing money. And 4, you're stressed out as hell. Because the biggest thing is you're trying to avoid stress as an entrepreneur. That's the worst thing for your business. You can't attract. You can't be creative. You can't come to the table with good energy. So, you know, assistants can be so powerful, and it's a big part of your business. Like for me, I really, more than anything, need... You know, I have a marketing assistant, and I would love a personal assistant that works with me day to day, or a video assistant or something, but I'm working on it. I'm not prepared. So I got to make sure I get prepared before we do it. Okay, and now let's talk about the types of assistants you can do. Yes, April, you have had assistant experiences. You can tell the people who have had experience with trying to pick assistants, because it's a nightmare. But when it's good, oh my God, it's like you can breathe and you can take off with your business, honestly. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about the couple things about the types of assistants. You have the virtual assistant. This is the assistant who is not in your space. They live somewhere else. They live in another country. They work from home. You don't really need to see them. And when it comes to virtual assistants, I wanted to make this video like really about realtors focusing on having a transaction coordinator, but I didn't want to just make it on one thing because it's bigger than that. It's about everybody needing an assistant. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a loan officer, it doesn't matter what you do. You always going to need an assistant when you're ready to grow, so you can get some stress off and be a better person to your clients. Anyway, for realtors, I did not understand why every realtor does not have a transaction coordinator. To me, that makes no sense. I don't do this every day. I have done it before. Let me not. Don't think I'm not blind. I'm blind to it. I have been in the transactions. I have done a lot of things that realtors have done, balance and all the deals closing, crazy angry realtors. Been through all that. What I'm saying is, a transaction coordinator is not that expensive. 2, you don't pay them till the closing. 3, you don't have to even train them because they do it all day long. I mean, you get one. Hopefully you get one that is experienced. So they already have their nuts and bolts, everything, project management, boom, you do your thing, you jump into their jump rope and you keep moving. If you don't have, okay, Tamika said you need to have your contracts right so she can do her thing. But I'm saying, do you know how much stuff goes on after that contract is released? I mean, why would you do that when you could just pay somebody to do that and go get more clients and balance the other things? Why would you not do that? It's not that much money. And again, you don't pay till the closing. and they help you. All the people who need to call you, the appraisal people, inspection, going back and forth, sending docs back and forth. That is not money making. Those are not money making activities. As the CEO and entrepreneur of your company, your job is to be doing money making activities as much as possible, because that means you're making more money. Today I woke up and said, today is about money making activities. I do have to go to Level Up today. I am going to go to Kenneth Igwe's Level Up and the other people who run that. I'm going to that. But everything else today is about money making activities. So virtual assistants for regular people, they don't have to be here. They can be cheaper in different places, but you want to have someone who's already trained. But you also want to have them have the things that they need to be doing. Okay, then you got the personal assistant. Yes, April says, as a buyer and seller, it looks as if you would have your stuff together as well. Yeah, but they don't. Okay, April, they are all over the place with emotion everywhere. And you're right, but LaShawna says you may not have enough volume. This is true, but the thing is, Shauna, they don't have to, it's not based on volume. If you only have one deal, you still pay the 3 or 4 or 2, however much it is. It's between 2 and $450, I believe. I could be wrong, but the ones that I've seen, but you don't pay to the end. So you're already going to count that out of your commission, which commission checks aren't that low, but it definitely takes a piece off of your project. Like, you get the same project every time you get a real estate contract. Hey, Ingrid. But it's okay to lose a little bit of money so that you can go get more money. So that's the thing. Like, sometimes you don't want to spend that little bit of money for somebody to do something for you. But man, your brain being free is more powerful than anything else, because your brain is the one that closes deals, that even thinks of the next deal. If your brain is locked up with a million emails and a lot of things you have to do, you can't go out and get more business. I'm telling you, it's a nightmare. To ask me how, I know. Anyway, the personal assistant, which is my dream, one day to have a personal assistant. The personal assistant, I think, in real estate can be paid a little bit more to do a lot of things. Like, they are also your business assistant, but they're also your personal assistant. Personal meaning the things you got to do in your day to day, because you're now so busy that you can't even do some of your household duties. Not like, washing your dishes and stuff, but I'm talking about like cleaners, making sure that certain things happen in your business, call the power company, do this, doing the cable when people, you got to deal with the cable companies. That's a whole thing, 2 or 3 days worth of work. If you got to set up all this stuff. Like, I can think of when I was setting up stuff, I was like, I wish I could just give this to somebody. But the personal assistant is my dream one day. A part-time assistant. So if you're going to get a part-time assistant, don't make the mistakes I've had in the past. You have a part-time assistant and you don't give them nothing to do. Because you're like, oh, you got 10 hours of work and you can't even figure out what 10 hours of work is. So they're just sitting over here doing 2 hours of work, if they even do 1. So again, if you do part-time, think, okay, if I was going to pay somebody to do 20 hours of work, what 20 hours before you hire them? Hey, Wendy, before you hire them, write it down. Like, I literally don't even have time to write it down yet. So I'm trying to get better, like myself. I'm sharing it with you because it's a pain. Before you get there, if I can help you alleviate some of the stress, then please, by all means, use my knowledge and experience. And the people who are sharing on here, read these comments, because these folks have already been through it and they're trying to get it right. But I'm going to take a sip of coffee, guys, because I've been talking a lot. Okay, and then one of the other ones, one of the last ones I'll talk about and get off the live, is an intern. So let's say you don't have any money. Like, I need an assistant, but I don't have any money. I'm not really making money. How do I get an intern? So there's several ways to get an intern. I won't go into the details on how to get one, but there's interns that are paid, unpaid. You can share like knowledge for them coming to help you. Hey, Joseph. But an intern is really powerful if you have value. Here's the problem. If you can't give the intern anything, I was talking to Marcus actually, and Marcus is here. He had a great vision and plan for when he has an intern. He included it in his intern. He took the time to help make them feel like they're part of the team. And one of the things you could do to actually figure out how you can help them is ask them in the interview, what is it that you want to get out of this? Hey, Imani, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're well. But if you hire an intern, you're going to tell them about what you want. But before you do that, find out about what their goals are. Because if you can give them everything they want plus more, and be super kind and be a real mentor to them, they will go above and beyond for even unpaid. Because some of them just want to, can I just be in the arena that you're in? Can I just be an investor? Can I just figure out what that even looks like? So whatever I got to do, I'll follow you around. I'll do anything. Those are the best ones, the hungry ones that you tap into what they want, not what you want. You're going to get what you want if you first make sure that you're being fair and make sure that you are being a giver. So that is my 10 cents, or maybe could I say $1 worth of advice on assistance, because it's my plight right now. It's the thing I'm going through. So I wanted to share it with you guys because as an entrepreneur, again, I'm going to end with the same thing I said in the beginning. We can brand, we can do social media, we can do all these things and drum up all this business and smoke and dust and everything's going on. Your phone's ringing and your emails, but it can't all implode if you're not organized and you don't bring in the help when it's time to bring in help. And when you bring in the help, be prepared. Just be prepared for them because you can get chaotic and then I can't say anything, which is what I'm experiencing now. So this poor guy is like, come on, Shauna, you can do it. But he's so patient and he already knows me. So that's good. But if you're going to do it, just be prepared. Be giving. Find out what their goals are. Even if they're paid, find out what they're doing. And you guys, that is it for today. I do want to let you guys know I'm getting ready to have my first CE class. So I'm going to put that out on social media. That's going to be exciting. So I'll be doing more CE classes. And that's it. Y'all have a good Wednesday. Thank you guys, ones who always show up and always support me. You guys are everything. Like, I get up and be like, I'm going to see my people on the Facebook Live. And that makes me happy. And I hope that I brought value to you and your business. And you guys have a great Wednesday.